Alright, I'm gonna do an iPhone 6 Plus today with no home button, no backlight, and this was sent to me by one of the guys that watch videos on my channel, Ron from New Jersey. So I'm gonna make a video for him so that hopefully it'll help him fix this thing by himself next time. Hopefully I can fix it, and hopefully I don't make a fool out of myself. Alright, well, let's see. Looks pretty clean, I guess. I have no idea what the history of this phone is, but I'm not even going to test it. Actually, I will test it. So it looks like some of these things were already redone here. So the no home button. Alright, let's just plug this sucker in and find out what's going on. Alright. So let's see. I'm gonna get my housing here and do it that way. If I can find a housing. There's my 6 Plus. Alright, I got a housing here. I'm gonna plug this sucker in. I'm gonna plug a screen in so that I can get the backlight voltages. Let's see. Alright, okay, so before I do that, let's, actually, before I plug it in, let's just make sure there's continuity and all that good stuff, alright? So, let's see, I'm not even sure exactly where everything is, so let's go to ZXW Tools. Alright, so for the 6 Plus, we just want to look at the anode lines, which is one anode line right there, two anode lines side by side, and let's see, hold on. Okay, so we got a test point here and a test point here for both lines. Alright, so let's just check for continuity across the filter first. Okay, so now let's do this one first. Second pin, I'm in continuity mode. Second pin goes to 1, 2. So this one. Alright, so I have continuity all the way there. And let's just check, see if we have continuity all the way to the cap over here. So number 2, and then all the way down to the cap. Yep, we do have continuity there. Okay, anode line should be fine there. Alright, so let's go to the third pin here. And we will check everything else here. Okay, so we got third pin, continuity there. And we got continuity there. And let's go to the other side of the filter and check for the continuity from the pin to the cap. Alright? No continuity from pin to cap. So, hold on. Oh, sorry. So this looks like, alright, looks like this cap is blown right here. So we have continuity from here to here, but not from here to here. So let's check. So the continuity. Okay. So the trace is not broken. So that's blown right there. That needs to be replaced. So we'll just go ahead and replace that real quick. 240-0201. All right. Okay. (240-0201), 200 milliamperes. Alright, so let's just remove the old one first. What is that? Let's just touch up some of these joints too. You gotta use a good invest in some expensive or some good irons, microsoldering equipment, and it'll make things a million times easier. I'm not even sure if these filters are any good or not. They don't look too good. But I'll just touch them up for now, and I'll test them in a little bit here. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's put the new filter on. I feel like I need a little more solder here. This joint is a little bit not the best. Alright, I think this is good. Yeah, it's good. It's fine. I'm running out of Q-tips. They're expensive. Alright, so let's just measure the continuity again across this puppy. Third pin to here. And then we should get continuity there. Okay, that's good. So let's check all the cathode lines too, just because they look a little bit messy. Alright, so let's go from here. Let's see, what is that? First pin across. See, that should be a filter, I believe. So that looks like a bad filter there. So I don't know where this first pin goes to from here. I think this is a filter. Yeah, it's a filter. So that's going to need to be replaced. And then we got cat line. First pin goes over to the second one. So first pin goes over to the second one. Okay, that's good. That should be a filter. That's good. And then let's go to the fourth one. And so that's going to be the... Okay, so fourth. 3. Cross it. That looks like it's bad too. These might be resistors. I don't even know. I don't know. Anyways, that's not good. So that needs to be replaced. Not sure why they're bad. And then let's check the fifth pin with the middle one. 2, 4, 5, and then middle one. Okay. I don't think. You know what? I'm gonna take these off and measure them. They look like they're resistors. They don't look like they're filters. This one. They definitely look like they're resistors. Alright, you know what? Let's just measure the resistance across it. And if we're getting like something below 1 ohm, then they're filters. If they are above 1 ohm, then they are resistors. By the way, I bent my micro whatever they're called. Let's see. Okay. Definitely resistors. 239 ohms. Alright. Can't use resistors. Can't use resistors, Ron. That's a resistor. That's why they're not getting continuity, because they're all resistors. Alright. Anyways. These are bad, bad, bad. Alright. Chuck, chuck, chuck. Alright, Ron. There you go, man. Can't use resistors, alright? What's up with this piece of hair? Oh, come on. There it goes. Alright. Touch that up right there. Those are good. Alright, let's just put some new filters on here, and these are all 240, 200 milliamperes, 0201. Alright, the ones that I just used. So I'll do 3 of those and put them back on, and then I think the backlight should be back in business after that, hopefully. I'm gonna switch this back to the big camera. Yeah, no, I'll just leave it like this. So I'm gonna bust out my 0.1 millimeter tips just for this video. I hate switching them because they take a long time, but let me see if I can. Bigger work area. I've been really thinking about leasing out a spot here somewhere close to me, and yeah, most people probably don't even know I don't have a shop, but there you go, man. It's public now, but you gotta dig through some videos to find it. What's up with my tips, man? That's not even aligned. Hold on a second, let me push this down. Alright, so that's the problem with the 1 millimeters. Okay. They are so tiny that any little offset and you're in trouble. Alright, so let's see. Realign. Alright, that looks pretty good. So 1 millimeter tips. Don't wear them out, so don't try not to use them too often, because they're 37 bucks each. But they are perfect for jobs like this. Look at that. Boom! There. That's why you pay $1,200 for one of these machines. Boom! There you go. Don't go with that cheap stuff, alright? That's why I don't. Actually, I need a little. Because that one joint is not great. Alright, that's good. Okay. Alright. Alright, we're in business. Alright, so let's power this puppy up and see if the backlight works. Okay. Well, that's not good. Let's see, it's drawing power. Now let's figure out what's going on here. Do I see anything? My battery dead. Okay, let's see. Do I see anything? Nothing. Alright, let's go back to the drawing board. Alright, so let me unplug it real quick and I'll plug it back in and I'll measure the voltages at the backlight at the anode connection. Alright. I didn't see smoke, so that's good. So I'm gonna disconnect the home button here and then let's go back to the other camera. Alright, so I am going to connect the power again. Then I'm going to measure those two test points right there in voltage mode. See what kind of voltages we get from the backlight. So it's tight fit. So I'm getting 0.3 volts here and 4.2 volts there. Okay, so I'm getting 4.2 volts there now too. 4.2 and 4.2, but I don't think it detects that the screen is on there for some reason. Because it should be, unless battery's not charged, but I think it's charged. Let me see. I get no image at all, so it would make sense if something else is blown. So let me just disconnect here, and then we will go back to the image. We'll start troubleshooting the image. Now this is going to get a little more complicated. Alright, so do we see anything weird? Don't think so. Is that? Okay. Alright, so let's just start with the diode mode readings of the display connector. I was hoping this would be an easier one, but okay, LCM connection is 0, so alright, so diode mode, I'm getting OL. So that's problem number 1 right there. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, I wasn't in diode mode. Let's try this again. 0.37. Okay, I think that's right. Is that right? 6 plus LC. Okay. So we're just going to do that one. 0.5. 0.5, and then we'll go down to the bottom here. 1.41, 1.51, 0.64, 0.65, 0.65. Is that right? I think so. I don't know. 0.49, 0.49, 0.49, 0.49, 0.47, 0.59. Oh well. Oh well. Okay, I think we're good here. I mean, I think the LCD is fine. So let's find out what is going on here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to turn it on, and I'm going to measure the 1.8 volts. See if we can get 1.8 volts on the LCM line. So voltage mode. I'm going to test this first pin, make sure we're getting 1.8 volts. And we are. Okay. So it seems like the LCD is fine. Maybe a pin is broken or something. I'm not really sure. Let's take a gander here. It looks like everything's good. But we're just not getting the backlight voltages. So I mean that could just be because the screen was not connected, not making a good connection or something. Because that enable line has to trigger in order for us to get that voltage. So let me just plug this back in and make sure it's not in restore mode either. So hold on a second. I think I'm getting 0 volts here. Is that right? Getting 0.7 volts. There you go. It's 0.5. So it's possible that it's in restore mode actually. So let me plug this in and see if we get anything. Okay, we do get something. So iTunes does see it. And let me find out what's going on in iTunes. 3U tools. It's in DFU mode. Okay, so that explains it. So let's see if we can exit DFU mode and see if that helps. Fortunately, I don't have a home button on my thing here. Okay, because he said the home button doesn't work. Okay, gotcha. So I think I can restore DFU this. Alright, let me pause it real quick and then get a home button on here, see if I can do a power home, see if that resets it. If not, I'll just DFU it. Not a big deal, I don't think. Alright. Alright, I just popped the sucker in 3U tools and just did a flash. And I'm going to restore it now. Okay, so look, I'm getting Apple logo, so we know backlight works. Alright. So hopefully it restores the whole way. I don't know if it will or not. I'm just going to pause it so that you guys have to sit through this crap. Alright, this thing is done, and you can see the backlight works, and let's see this? Just make sure the home button works, touch works. Let's see. I don't think everything's hooked up here. Yeah, there's no Wi-Fi's not hooked up, but you can tell that it all works, touch works, and all that stuff. So this is pretty much gonna be good to go. I'm gonna send this back, and so Ron, don't use resistors as filters, and start at the voltages and work your way backwards, and you'll be able to find your fault. All right, there you go.